Bubba Wallace is furious after NASCAR's decision. You won't believe how angry and frustrated Bubba Wallace is after a recent NASCAR move. He failed to move to the next round, but what has him fuming is how a single rule and penalty might have lost him an important spot in the next round. What is it that has Bubba so heated up? Stay tuned to find out the shocking details of his reply. But before that, please subscribe to our channel and hit that like button for more whereabouts on NASCAR. NASCAR wasn't too pleased with Bubba Wallace when he took a shortcut through the chicane at the Charlotte Roval. So this past Sunday, we had a NASCAR Cup Series happening over at the Charlotte Motor Speedway's Roval. It was one of those high-stakes playoff elimination races where they whittled down the playoff drivers from 12 to just 8. Bubba Wallace was really giving it his all to secure his spot in the playoff mix. He had a strong start, finishing second in the opening stage and staying in the top 10 for the second stage. But then in stage 3, things got a bit wild. There was a restart with less than 25 laps left, and Daniel Suarez had a moment of wheel hopping while braking. As Suarez went sideways, he accidentally clipped Austin Cindric's right rear. That sent Cindric into a spin and bumped him into the left rear of Bubba Wallace. Both Cindric and Wallace ended up doing some unexpected ballet in the chicane. Cindric came to a complete halt, but Wallace did a full 360, cut through the chicane, and just kept on trucking. The rulebook says that if a driver cuts the chicane, then they have to come to a complete stop. So NASCAR slapped Wallace with a penalty and made him halt at the front stretch chicane. NASCAR doesn't give much leeway when it comes to this rule. Even if a driver gets sent spinning or gets bumped into the chicane, they still have to hit the brakes and stop if they cut the track. But was this necessary? According to Bubba Wallace, no. Imagine if Bubba Wallace had managed to advance to the next round of the playoffs. In this hypothetical situation, even if he had won the race or earned enough points to secure his spot in the next round, the penalty would have nullified all his efforts. Naturally, Bubba Wallace had some thoughts about this penalty after the race. Honestly, it's such a BS rule. Bubba Wallace stated after the race, "It's precisely these kinds of situations that led Wallace to view the rule about coming to a complete stop after cutting the chicane as a BS rule. In his eyes, it might seem unfair that a small infraction could wipe out all the hard work and success achieved during a race." This perspective highlights the frustration he and many other drivers might feel when they encounter penalties that have such a significant impact on their performance and playoff chances. He further said, "I lost so much track position. I didn't completely come to a stop, but I got blown through the chicane. So I thought I'd just keep my momentum up, get back going, and fall back in line. You can go race it out from there. But we had to stop on the front stretch. We're the only series, I think, that does that, ass backward. Not surprised." Wallace added, "What I analyze is, what could I have done to not be in that situation? Could I have been faster or pass another car? How to be better, to not put yourself incomplete. When you're racing around with squirrels, it is what it is. Just didn't have enough. I guess that's what 30 is. I'm not mad. I'm happy for the team." What are your thoughts on Wallace's backlashing comments? Let us know in the comments. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the bell button for more updates. Bubba Wallace's struggles on road courses in his NASCAR career have been no secret, and it was clear that he needed a strong performance, possibly even a win, on Sunday to advance to the semifinal round of the playoffs. To be honest, not many had high expectations for Wallace to clinch a victory or even be a serious contender. However, regardless of the final result, Wallace and his number 23-2311 Racing Toyota team put on an impressive show throughout the weekend. He set the pace in Saturday's practice sessions and secured a solid 4th-place qualifying position. During Sunday's race, he managed to grab 2nd place in the first stage and held on to 7th in Stage 2. Even when there were just 22 laps left out of 109, Wallace was still in the mix for a strong finish, maybe even a surprising win, until he got tangled up with Daniel Suarez entering the backstretch chicane, causing him to miss the turn. Looking at the bigger picture, Wallace is hopeful that his overall performance at Charlotte, along with his solid 12th place finish at Watkins Glen in August, showcases his dedication to improving his skills on the types of tracks where he's traditionally struggled. He said, "Usually, you couldn't count on the number 23 at a road course, right? I don't think you can say that anymore, and I don't think I can say I suck at road courses. Back-to-back really good runs at road courses. The finishes were okay, obviously not today. Just gotta keep working on your craft, no matter how hard it can get. You've got to keep working and trying to learn and be better." Even though he's no longer in the running for the 2023 Series Championship, Wallace remains motivated to secure a victory this year and sees promising opportunities in the races ahead. He said, "I'm pumped for our season. It's not over yet. I'm really excited for next week and Homestead and Martinsville. Phoenix, I might just go on vacation. But we've still got 4 races to go out and do it. We weren't supposed to be here according to a lot of people, but we proved them wrong, and then proved a lot of people in the garage wrong that you can't really count on the number 23 at a road course race. That's cool to say. Got to continue to work." Unfortunately, Wallace was one of the 4 drivers who got eliminated from the playoffs after the Roval race. There are just 4 races left in the 2023 schedule. Bubba Wallace had some ups and downs in the last few days, and Sunday, being his 30th birthday, promised to be a memorable one. He was right in the thick of the playoffs, battling for a spot in the round of 8. However, as fate would have it, his birthday didn't unfold quite as he might have wished. During a post-race interview, Wallace also humorously pointed to his 30th birthday when discussing the reasons behind his playoff exit. He mentioned that he's proud of the progress his team has made in a relatively short time. He further described, "I knew we had our work cut out for us. Gave up a lot of points last weekend. But what I look at is the last restart at Texas. Look at how I put ourselves in a situation to get wrecked today." Wallace claimed he needed to look at his teammate Tyler Reddick to see what they did to pass cars and get up to the front 2 laps. Either way, it was a bummer for Bubba Wallace. Yet there was a lot to be proud of, as he described. He added that it's hard to be too down about it when you consider all that. Can actually focus on the positives out of here. Qualified 4th. Top of the board in practice, stage points, so it's a really good day. Despite his elimination, Bubba Wallace's performance so far has been truly commendable, and the spirit within his team was evident, especially after a conversation with team owner Michael Jordan. During an interview with journalist Matt Weaver on pit road after the race, the 2311 racing driver reflected, "Who knows, I was supposed to be here according to a lot of people." He added, "But we proved them wrong and proved a lot of people in the garage wrong that they can't really count on the number 23 on a road course race, right? That's cool to say, so I gotta continue to work. I don't think we're a winning car yet, but we are light years where we were a few races ago." When asked about his emotions upon stepping out of the race car, knowing he had been eliminated, Wallace responded, 10 years ago I would be ready to punch something. I guess that's maturing, growing up, and accepting the fate, and wasn't meant to be." Michael Jordan, the NBA legend and team owner, was visible at the race, witnessing the events unfold. While he must have been thrilled with Tyler Reddick making it to the round of 8, Wallace unfortunately faced elimination. However, Jordan was seen supporting Wallace and his crew chief after the race. He took a moment to acknowledge and congratulate them for the success they've achieved this season. A clip shared on social media by Weaver captured this heartfelt moment between the 2311 racing team owner and the number 23 driver and his crew chief. Despite the disappointment at Charlotte, Wallace can take pride in his strong season performance. He has proven doubters wrong and will continue to work on self-improvement and consistency as he advances in his career. So that's all we've got for today. We hope you enjoyed it. Tell us what you think of the video in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We hope to see you in the upcoming video.